What's up, everybody? Internet friends all around the world, mostly Australia and the United States. So, welcome to UFO Twitter News Nightly. I'm your host, TeeJay Felony, the only place on the internet where you can get all your cyber UFO cult news from me. We got the season finale of my new project here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and reevaluate what went well, what didn't this weekend. And then hopefully I'm going to come back Monday or maybe later on in next week with either continuing with the same idea of a project or something, modified, changed a little bit, but kind of see how things went. The numbers have been pretty solid for what I expected. One thing that I noticed with the numbers is they seem to increase every episode, which means that people are watching, and it's hard to get the word out when I'm so blacklisted. I've talked about this a lot, and it's kind of beating a dead horse, but this community that I kind of cover is has blacklisted me to such an extent that it's hard to get the word out that I'm live. Because I'll post it on X, but by the end of the episode I'll go check and I've only had like maybe 50, 60 people that have even seen that I'm live. So that's what a lot of it is getting the word out that you're even on. But we're growing. It's going well. The channel has blown away all my expectations. I honestly thought when I started this channel it was just gonna be a way for me to kind of express myself, but nobody was gonna watch. Like I thought maybe a couple of my buddies from Twitter would watch just to see what kind of crazy shit I was saying, but I didn't think anyone would really watch regularly, and I found out there's a surprising amount of people that would do watch, and I'm gonna showcase a YouTube channel here a little bit where, dude, they're putting a lot of work in these videos, and dude, they're beautiful videos. They explain these true crime cases really well. We're gonna show a couple of them with our Colts theme. And they'll be sitting on like 10, 15, 20 views on months. 4 months ago they put this video out, and they're just sitting on 10 views, and they're well done, they're well orchestrated, they're narrated really good. We're gonna go over that in a little bit, which is gonna be cool. Some of the videos are really good. What else was I wanting to mention? Oh yeah, Red Panda Koala said, said some wild shit. I guess in a space. Give me 1 second. Let's pop over to the lab here. Um, well, I don't know if we're gonna get a lot of people in or not. Disclosure tonight was going, and there's other things going. There's probably spaces and shit to counteract what I'm doing. So we'll see how it goes tonight. I no, I sent it out to a few people, and they were gonna be coming in. But what happened yesterday? I mentioned this during my show. I I don't know how exactly, but I triggered a YouTube live to start, and it ran on my Be Right Back screen. It ran for like 2, 3 hours, and I didn't realize it. I was gone. I was out doing my daily running and shit. And people started texting and DMing me like, dude, you have a channel, you have a live just running. So I went in and deleted it and took care of the problem. Oh, I guess Red Panda Koala was telling people that like they were concerned like had croaked or something, and just wild, like insane that that was immediately where his mind went, that I had OD'd and was laying dead in my chair, and they were like joking about this in a space, and he was even in the comments like, TJ, are you okay, bro? And it's like, dude, you don't really give a fuck. But I guess they were in a space clouded about how I could possibly be, OD'd at like starting a Twitter or a live, and then I'm like, hey, wait, welcome to you. Like, I guess that's what they were. Right. Like, I don't know if, but I was scrolling through my random pictures in my end shot. What's up, bro? And I was looking for just something to put up here to cover this up because the chat, I need something to cover these boxes and make it look cool. And I found this one of Panda, which says they're most likely to succumb to AI psychosis. It's like, dude, anybody disappears for a day and you're holding spaces saying they're dead. Who the fuck is having AI psychosis? All right. There's a lot of videos and shit I want to get to. We'll probably get more people trickling in. We might not. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It's the finale, so it's gonna be chill. I'm not, not a lot of like drama or craziness in this one. Oh, we got a few people coming in. But the first video I want to show, I just found this, and dude, it's interesting. I'm not gonna go over the recent X posts because there weren't a lot of good ones, and I want to keep moving. And also, we got the space from this UFO cyber cult called Allies of Humanity, and we're gonna go over that. And that space is interesting too. That's probably some of the graphics I should have put up, but yeah, I didn't get around to it. But this video right here from Explore With Us, guys, this is what I want to kick the show off with. And Logan Black needs to watch this video. Full Spank Logan needs to watch this freaking video. I'm about to play it for y'all, and yeah, you'll see why. Let's get going. It's only like 10 or 15 minutes. And we'll start out. This is Explore With Us. I'm educating the public about cyber crimes. So yeah, fair use.
Come outside! What are you doing? What are you doing?
Who else is in the
My
house?
son! Do you have any idea what this could be about? It's something online or something?
What was it? What email?
It was myuncletouchedmywiener@gmail.com.
When you hear what these guys were up to, start thinking about UFO Twitter and all the use of AI to modify voices, images, and look, this little fucker got himself in some real trouble doing this shit.
These kids.
Following an unthinkable discovery, SWAT
His account on Gmail, look, it's called My Uncle Touched My Wiener. That was the name of his Gmail account that they tracked.
descends in overwhelming force on the home of an unsuspecting teenager, quickly exposing his damning secret.
Look at that dude. Wanker.
I literally have a shirt in my room that says, "Kill your local pedophile," because I don't like that.
The following is based
You don't like that shit.
on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that all persons charged with a crime are presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of
How
law.
about Zandy?
In April 2025, the Ocala Police Department investigated a cyber tip that included 50 media files, allegedly containing child abuse material. After
The kicker is what he was actually creating.
confirming the tip, a detective tracked down the source of the files to the home of 19-year-old David Edgar Joseph Rudder.
Look at that wanker. He looks like he kind of looks similar to somebody I know. It's kind of fascinating how much that guy looks like somebody I know from UFO Twitter. But yeah, I'm not gonna name anybody because that wouldn't be cool.
Breakers up! Knock in the house! Give me a good knock in the house!
County Police Department, search warrant!
Couple more times, Tyler.
County Police Department, search warrant!
Put your hands!
Ocala, Florida. What is wrong with Florida, bro? He does.
Come to the front door!
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
You wanna go?
Front door! Hold on, open. Come to the front door. Keep your hands up!
Huh?
Keep your hands up and come outside! What the hell for?
His dad is so salty.
Doing? What are you doing?
You know, I feel for his dad. Now he starts to be so protective and defensive of his wanker son that it becomes kind of obnoxious. But this is what happens when you engage in that kind of activity. It incriminates and stains everyone around you. It's not just you. It involves everyone that you're in contact with.
Give me a debrief. What are you doing?
Who else is in the house? Who else is in the
My
house?
son!
Come out, come out.
There he
Who else is in
is.
the house?
No one. It's just...
Any weapons in there?
No, no.
All right.
What is that? What is going on? Somebody needs
There's a
to
search
tell me.
warrant for your residence, sir.
Huh?
There's a search warrant for
A
your
search
residence.
warrant?
Yes,
for
sir.
what?
We'll explain to you in a second, all right?
Yes, it's like immigration or something you see on TV. Is that what this is?
No.
You guys are acting like I'm some kind of threat to the country or something.
Because it's officer safety.
For the
Huh?
country.
Safety, okay?
That's called violence of action. We learned a little bit about that in the military. The concept is overwhelming force, and what it does is it deletes any thought of firing back or trying to fight back, because you just come in with such overwhelming force that most people just give up, and it's almost like avoiding violence with overwhelming violence. That way there isn't a scuffle and everything. It's a thought process.
For safety, you guys act like we're some kind of terrorists. Baby, what the hell is going on?
Well, I'm getting swatted.
What's swatting?
He
An elite-
said, did you catch it? He said we're getting swatted, probably, because he's an online wanker.
And often dangerous prank. Swatting involves the use of a hoax emergency call to send SWAT teams to the homes of online personalities, like streamers, as a form of harassment. Unfortunately for David, this is no prank.
It's
Do
not
you
a
have
prank,
any idea
David.
what this could be about? Something, did you do something online or something?
His
Detective
dad
Wayne is-
knows. Dude, his dad already knows. Did you do something online or something? Right away, he knows. What did this little bastard do?
Every question you have, she'll have an answer for you, okay?
Well, how about let's get to it?
She's pulling her car up right now. She's going to get you out of cuffs and talk to you, okay?
Forensic detectives begin locating
This detective that comes into the story's badass.
devices inside the Rudder household to confirm the origin of the child abuse material. Meanwhile, David's father finally learns about the horrifying details of the investigation that led officers to his doorstep.
So I investigate what's called internet crimes against children. And I received a tip that ultimately led me to your residence regarding the possession of what we refer to as child abuse material.
I don't know if you saw it, but this female detective, she's got full sleeves, which I noticed. I was like, dude, this lady's cool.
Material, also known as child served any child abuse material on any devices inside your home.
No, nothing with child. I mean,
Okay.
I watch. Who
Sure.
doesn't?
Sure.
But never, no.
A lot of guys say this. I watch porn. Who doesn't watch porn? I'm a man. Everybody loves porn. Pornography's always turned me off. There are guys out there that don't like porn. The exploitative nature of it. A lot of these young girls and men are in financial hardship. A lot of them are addicted to drugs. The old school days of these beautiful porn stars like Janet Jameson and stuff, those are over. And this internet CD industry, I don't want nothing to do with it, including viewing it and having it on my devices. But a lot of men do look at it as like, well, it's just porn. Everyone's into porn, and
Nothing with kids. I would never do
Okay.
nothing like that.
Ultimately, the initial tip came in from that address with your son's name, date of birth, and like I
so
said,
I've never understood the risk where that by searching that shit and putting it on your phone or computer, any minute you could have this happen to you, but people still do it. So it must be pretty important to them, right? Because the risk. Everyone knows the risk. It's not like we're not sure.
stated the child abuse material, those images were coming from your IP address.
What was it? What email?
It was myuncletouchedmywiener@gmail.com.
Look at his dad when she told him the name of the email address.
Material, those images were coming from your IP address.
What was it? What email?
It was myuncletouchedmywiener@gmail.com.
These kids.
These
Yeah.
fucking kids.
And I don't, and you've never seen anything on his device or anything like that was concerning of any nature?
Never. I mean, he sleeps most of the day.
Does he? Because I'll be honest with you, obviously all of it's bad. This material is all under the age of 9.
Under the age
It's
of
pretty
9.
significant. There's a lot of it.
And why would you need, even if he's looking at kitty or something like that, why would you need to roll up with all those cars?
Like I said, it's our agency protocol. It's what we do.
It's our agency protocol. It's what we do. Yeah, it's called. That's one thing that started to annoy me about this guy, the dad, is, your son is looking at girls under the age of 9, bro. Like, these cops want to come in and crack his head, and they probably have a good reason to. So to be like, oh, why are you treating him like a criminal? Because he's a little criminal. Like,
Can't people put stuff on your, like, people's internet and stuff? I mean, I don't know.
well, then shut your mouth.
While his
If you
father
don't know,
remains
shut
convinced
your
it's all
mouth.
just a misunderstanding, David offers his own explanation for how such material could have ended up on the
Listen to what this little dirtbag starts saying.
devices he uses.
What kind of cell phone do you have?
An iPhone.
Is it password protected?
It is.
What is that password?
Do I have to give that to you?
You don't have to give it to me. Kind of like I explained to your dad, ultimately today we're here, we're going to seize all electronic devices. We're going to examine those devices. The longer we're here, the longer it takes to get in, the longer we're here.
I mean,
You know one thing they also will say, like when I've seen in a lot of these EWU videos when they don't want to give up the passwords, they'll say, we'll make a note to the judge that you were cooperative. Like that's a...
I have pictures of myself in them,
Okay.
naked.
And we're not looking for
No,
that,
it's
so.
just embarrassing.
Ultimately, it's
No.
completely up to you.
Okay, it's just
Okay.
the first 6 months.
It makes it easier to remember.
What's up, bro? Wait till you see what this piece of shit was doing on the internet.
Right?
Yeah.
And I've received actually multiple tips from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children referring to what we call child abuse material, also known as child. So have you ever seen any of that?
Unfortunately, there's a lot, online.
Okay. Have you seen it on any of your devices?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Well, because I go on these sites that have, like, a lot of videos that aren't allowed to be posted on.
This story he tells about like how you just stumble across it if you spend a lot of time online, complete bullshit. The only time I've ever stumbled across a photo of nude children was on UFO Twitter when Kimball and Somber went a space with Ricky called Nudes for Dudes and there was a naked little boy in the comments. That's the only photo I've ever encountered. Because you don't go looking for it. You're not searching for it. Your algorithm isn't feeding you porn, right? Like, so this idea that you can just stumble across it if you spend a lot of time on regular social media, as he says, complete fucking bullshit. And you're talking to a cyber crimes expert detective. You think she doesn't know how, like, social media works?
On, like, regular social media.
Okay.
Whatever the reason may be. And a lot of times that slips through. That includes, I literally have a shirt in my room that says, and this is a little counterintuitive, but it says, kill your local pedophile, because I don't like that.
Oh, well, you definitely couldn't have done anything wrong. Then you have a t-shirt. Listen to what he says about the shirt. It's kind of interesting.
I work at Spencer's. We sold it there.
You sold the shirt? I'm hoping you meant. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, not like.
No.
Dude, she's like, wait, oh, you don't mean like you sold child abuse material there. And look, he doesn't think it's funny at all. Look at his face.
Abuse material. Okay. Just wanted to clarify.
But yeah, and
Okay.
a lot of that is seen online now, and it slips through the cracks easily. It's very
Okay.
prevalent.
It's not,
So let me ask
unless
you
you go
this,
looking
a
for
Gmail
it.
account. Do you recognize my uncle touched
Is
my
that the
wiener?
stupid one? I knew that was be a stupid one. Yeah, that's the one that got hacked.
Unless you exist in circles online that share and participate in that shit, it's not prevalent, like he's saying. It hasn't been for me. None of me, I ain't never ran
All of a
into
sudden, I
it.
couldn't get back into it, so I don't know.
Okay, that's something that a lot of these platforms will do when they locate accounts that are linked.
Listen to this. This is really interesting too. He starts talking about how a lot of his accounts have gotten hacked and locked, and she basically tells him, "Well, that was us. We were monitoring you and we were locking your accounts." Listen to this shit. This is really interesting.
Do you recognize my uncle touched
Is
my
that the
wiener?
stupid one? I knew that was be a stupid one. Yeah, that's the one that got hacked. All of a sudden, I couldn't get back into it, so I don't know.
Okay, that's something that a lot of these platforms will do when they locate accounts that are linked to child abuse material. So that could be ultimately why you couldn't get back in.
Oh, the
Talk to me
platforms
about
do it.
that account being hacked.
A lot of my accounts have been just hacked for no reason.
Okay.
I don't even
For
want to use
no
the word hacked,
reason.
but compromise, I guess, is the word
Okay.
I want to use. But yeah, no, it happens a lot. I have to make new emails a lot.
Okay. So you don't remember or recall ever searching out this material or having a conversation with someone and someone sharing it with you?
No.
Some of our tips included reverse image searches using the Bing reverse search engine from this residence. So I
If
just
I've
wanted-
ever reverse searched anything,
I've heard that term, the reverse search thing, but I didn't I'm not tech savvy, so that's new to me. Tracing back the origin of a picture, is that what they're referring to? Being reverse image search?
it would have been like, I don't know, of myself to see if I was on Google. Half the time, reverse image searches don't work for me.
Okay.
I've tried it.
Yeah. So you don't recall ever taking an image of child abuse material and putting it into Bing to try to locate
No.
images or anything like that? Okay.
So, will we be here until the whole thing's done?
Pretty much, yes, sir. Yeah. We take these investigations very seriously because they deal with the exploitation of children. Because all this material is somebody's
Look, okay,
little
this.
baby somewhere.
Look at this phony concerned look he tries to give. Like, yeah, we need to protect the little babies. Look at it made me want to puke.
It comes from somewhere.
As David continues to deny the evidence presented to him by the detective, the forensics team on site begins examining all the devices recovered from the Rudder home. David and his father, seated on the street in full view of their neighborhood, slowly come to terms with a reality they've been trying to ignore.
What's the procedure afterwards?
So if we locate any child abuse material, depending on whose device it's located on, that individual obviously will be placed under arrest.
What's the
Look at her
like, the
badass
usual thing that
tattoos.
happens?
Dude, they're so afraid of that lady. She's such a badass.
I'm just trying. I mean, he obviously needs to get some therapy or something
Sure.
like that. He's not violent. He's never been in
Right.
trouble before.
And a lot of
and
this-
I just asked him, why would you even do this? He said, he didn't even know. He's just curious.
Yeah.
Kids.
He's curious.
While David's father claims he's never been in trouble before,
He's a
the team has had
curious,
a few brushes
he's a
with the
curious
law.
little boy.
The most recent being a petty theft charge following a shoplifting incident at a Walmart. His father doesn't appear to believe that today's situation is much more serious.
Well, I know people who've got registered
Yeah.
a sex offender for grabbing someone's butt. And
That
unfortunately,
pissed me
and you know
off,
what?
too.
Here's a kicker. I see that stuff. And when I was in high school, we had it was like a big game. Like kids would run around, the girls would grab the boys' butt, and the boys would grab the girls' butt. Now,
Yeah, you can't do that. Yeah.
it's taboo. You do that now.
We used to run around in high school and assault each other, so that is somehow relevant to my son being a little goofy.
It's one thing to have, something on your
Call your lawyer and shut your face, dude.
computer because you were curious and you made a stupid mistake, between knowingly doing it and sending it out or being the cause of it or being
He
involved
was the
with it.
cause of it,
It's a
though.
bigger thing now because
Some of it.
now you got all these cartels and trafficking kids.
Cartels.
That's probably why SWAT pulls up here, right?
Yeah, it's the cartel's
you're 19
fault.
years old and you made a mistake.
It's the cartel's fault. You raised a
need
goofy.
Therapy, you get into therapy. That's probably what they're going to have you do anyway. I would guess. He's worried about getting in fights and being attacked or something like that.
Like I said, the jail setting is completely different.
So that was interesting. They seem to know right away that he's going to jail. Like, he even said he's worried about getting beat up and raped in jail. Or assaulted. I shouldn't say that word, should I? But, which is a, valid concern. But, so he already knows. They're gonna find shit. Like, they're gonna find a bunch of stuff.
And then what you see on TV and all that stuff.
As David and his father ponder his fate, the forensic team manages to locate 20 videos containing child abuse material on a phone recovered from David's room. The discovery makes it harder for either of them to claim he accidentally downloaded the material.
So I can tell you from looking at it, it wasn't where he was spammed or it was sent to him. It was accessed by him, reviewed by him.
No, he told me that it popped up on the dark web.
It was accessed by him, reviewed by him, and saved by him. And then his dad still defends him. Look, he says it popped up on the dark web. And look what he says after. That shoots it all to shit.
And then he clicked on it and started looking at it. He said he don't even know why he did.
Well, I can tell you from the volume and the different time frames that it was viewed and collected, it wasn't a one-time thing. So there's an issue here.
Dad, can I give you a hug before I go? I don't know.
I love you too. I don't ever change. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, depending on how the jails run, he probably will have problems. Most jails, when you get in there, they call it a pod boss. And they just straight up ask you, what are you in here for? And they want to know or see. And most people won't house with anyone for things like that. And they either tell you, you got to go tell them you can't stay here or we're going to beat you up. If you're lucky, or they just beat you up.
Arrest, David.
But some jails will cater to them and put them on protective custody and stuff.
Was charged with 20 counts of possession of child. He pled not guilty and was allowed out on bond.
Not
on the condition that
guilty?
he refrained from
How you plead not guilty? It's on your phone and you saved it.
unsupervised contact with anyone under the age of 18. Had he refrained from committing any new
This
crimes
is where
before his
okay, this is where it gets interesting. After he got out and was on like probation, he got his little slap on the wrist. Look what happens.
trial, David would have stayed out on bond. Unfortunately, meeting these conditions would prove to be difficult for him.
Here they are again.
In
They're
November
back.
2025, detectives began tracking over 250 images and videos containing child abuse material, including AI-generated content involving child actors and animals, linked to David's
Did you hear that?
IP
AI created material. They're talking about AI modified pornography, which is something that has been going on UFO Twitter.
In November 2025, detectives began tracking over 250 images and videos containing child abuse material, including AI-generated content involving child actors and animals, linked to David's IP address. They also made contact with the father of a 13-year-old girl who expressed concern over David's interactions with her.
So what he was doing was finding kids online and going to their Facebook pages and getting photos of them and then using AI programs, AI software that he was developing, just like somebody on UFO Twitter, since AI first hit the scene, has been developing these new AI programs. That way there's no oversight to what you're doing because it's kind of your software or whatever. This guy was doing the exact same shit. There's people on UFO Twitter doing the exact same thing as this guy was doing. He was thinking, well, I can't get caught if I create my own pervert shit. And that's what he did. And here he is. He's getting arrested again for it. And they talk about what he had.
Come out! Come out! Hold on.
SWAT units descended on the Rudder residence once again and collected several devices, including a phone hidden in a bag of cat food in the garage. They soon learned that while out on bond, David had amassed a collection of child abuse material that included videos of the 13-year-old girl generated using her Facebook profile picture, a questionable number of produced videos of young girls, and printed photos of children and babies.
Come out.
This is the sheriff's office. Come to the front door with your hands up.
Come out. Hey, Al, sir. Get back.
They ain't playing this time. They're done being nice.
Since he violated the conditions of his pretrial release from his previous arrest, David's bond was revoked. Alongside the original 20 charges.
That's another thing I wanted to point out, just so people on UFO Twitter are aware. They charged him with every single piece. So if you're part of a little group that's sharing around, you know, what some people might call weird, you know, every single time it was shared, that's a felony. And that's what they did to this guy. You could end up spending the rest of your life in prison if you're doing that shit a lot, which allegedly that's why these guys were run off of Clubhouse, was they were sharing material that was modified AI. They were putting people inside videos, you know, real people that they knew from the community, from their Facebook photos. Basically the exact same thing this guy was doing, only they were doing it with a girl that isn't a
It was charged with an additional 5 counts of possession of child, as well as 13 counts of possession of 10 or more child images.
It's weird that there's a lot of these creeps out here that when AI started to develop, that's where their mind went with it. Like, how could I take this and be a bigger pervert?
He admitted to possessing child abuse material. David pled not guilty once again. This time, he was denied a pretrial release on bond. According to an official release from the Marion County Sheriff's Office, due to the nature and volume of the material found in David's possession, police have reason to suspect that he may have had access to live victims, indicating he potentially produced some of the content himself.
Oh, God.
He remains in custody awaiting trial, and the investigation is ongoing.
One thing people gotta know, man, everything you do on the internet leaves a trail. Once they're onto you, it doesn't matter that it happened a year or two ago, 3 years ago. It doesn't matter. Yeah. All right. Oh yeah, I need to go back over here. So we're gonna go over this space here in a minute. We'll go over here in a few minutes. There was this badass YouTube channel I found, and I wanted to show a couple of them to set up the space. The topic is cults, cyber cults, and one of my buddies brought this one up. I found this awesome YouTube channel, and they have these real detailed cartoon videos that explain the entire sagas really quickly, and it's super cool. And they only have like this one's been out for months, and dude, it has like 15-20 views. And so go check out this channel, because what I'm trying to show here is content creation is tough, and you can make stuff that is really badass and it just doesn't spread. Like, there is zero reason why my channel should be doing better than this guy's stuff. And yeah, here, let's play the first one here. This is the one of the subway, but we got 2 or 3 ones here. But yeah, we'll show this one first. These are really cool.
This is a story about Shoko Asahara, and how a blind yoga instructor...
Yeah, I gotta give the channel, don't I? Yeah, that would help. It's called True Crime Stories Revealed is the channel. And they do all these saga crimes in this format. And they're just really, I don't know, it just grabbed me. I hope I didn't just freeze up. I want to give it a second to catch up. Come on,
convinced
YouTube.
Educated professionals to commit one of the deadliest terrorist attacks in Japanese history. On March 20th, 1995, 5 cult members boarded separate Tokyo subway trains during morning rush hour.
I was trying to
Each carried
wonder why
plastic
this
bags
guy's
filled with
channel
liquid
wasn't doing
convinced
great.
educated professionals to commit one of the deadliest
Man,
terrorist
it's
attacks in
lagging.
Japanese history. On March 20th, 1995, 5 cult members boarded separate Tokyo subway trains during morning rush hour. Each carried plastic bags filled with liquid sarin, a nerve agent so deadly that a single...
Yeah, here, I'm gonna reset it because it was lagging real bad. I was wondering if the reason that channel's not doing well is because is that all like AI generated maybe? But yeah, oversaturated. You might be right. But also like a lot of people are getting burned out on AI generated content, but I don't know, I can't really tell like what is, someone put a lot of time into these days, or is something that you can just crap out. I don't know. I've lost touch with all the
Welcome
development
back.
of
I'm Nicole
AI.
Arbor, and this is part 2 of
Yeah, it bogged out. Give me 1 second. Beautiful Nicole Arbor there. All right, here we go. Yeah, I thought it was cool, and they got like 20 or 30 of these videos up, and it's some of the cooler stories. I got a couple of the cool ones here.
This is a story about Shoko Asahara and how a blind yoga instructor convinced educated professionals to commit one of the deadliest terrorist attacks in Japanese history. On March 20th, 1995,
Oh,
5
hell
cult
yeah.
members
Shout out Raw
boarded
Phil.
separate Tokyo subway trains during morning rush hour. Each carried plastic bags filled with liquid sarin, a nerve agent so deadly that a single drop on skin can kill within minutes. They punctured the bags with sharpened umbrella tips and walked away, leaving the poison to spread through enclosed subway cars packed.
You see how just like janky the dispensing method was? They had all the sarin in just bags, and then they just punched a hole and got the fuck out. It just let it seep out. That was the method.
Packed with commuters. 13 people died. Over 6,000 were injured. Some victims are still
6,000.
suffering from nerve damage 3 decades later. The man who ordered this attack claimed he was a god. His followers, many with advanced degrees in science and medicine,
6,000,
believed him
man.
completely. Chizuo Matsumoto was born partially blind in 1955 in rural Japan. His limited vision made him an outcast, but it also taught him how to manipulate. At school for the blind, he bullied weaker students while charming teachers. He discovered early that people wanted leaders who projected absolute certainty.
Did you
After
hear that?
graduation,
He learned early that people wanted leaders who projected absolute certainty, talking in facts. You even when you don't know, you know everything.
He tried acupuncture, then yoga
Fake it to
instruction,
make it,
mixing
I
legitimate
guess.
practices with fabricated mysticism. In 1984, he founded Om Shinrikyo, claiming he had achieved enlightenment in the Himalayas. He changed his name to Shoko Asahara and began recruiting. His message combined Buddhism, Hinduism, Christian apocalyptic prophecies, and science fiction.
Apocalyptic prophecies.
It should have seemed absurd.
That's the theme, is apocalyptic prophecies, or a theme in every one of this. The space we're going to listen to a little bit later, the cult, it's all apocalyptic, doomsday garbage.
Instead, brilliant people joined in droves. Asahara specifically targeted Japan's best and brightest. Scientists, doctors, engineers, lawyers. These were people who had devoted their lives to rational thinking, yet they abandoned everything to follow a man who claimed he could levitate and read minds. What made educated professionals susceptible to such obvious manipulation? The answer reveals something uncomfortable about human psychology. Asahara offered what modern society had stripped away: absolute certainty, a clear purpose, and a community that demanded total commitment. He told followers they were special, chosen, superior to the masses. He gave them an enemy, the corrupt outside world that would never appreciate their enlightenment. He created an us versus them mentality so complete that members willingly cut ties with family and donated entire fortunes to the cult.
That's a common thing, where when you come in, you got to give all your money to it. Yeah, that seems to happen in everyone. Jim Jones,
Here's what
Branch
nobody knew.
Davidians.
While preaching enlightenment and peace, Asahara was building a criminal empire. Aum Shinrikyo wasn't just a cult. It was a sophisticated terrorist organization manufacturing chemical weapons. The group had nearly 10,000 members in Japan and perhaps 40,000 worldwide.
Jeez,
By the mid-1990s,
man,
they operated legitimate
40,000 members worldwide.
businesses generating hundreds of millions in revenue. They recruited chemists who could synthesize sarin gas. They recruited doctors who could develop biological weapons. They even recruited Russian military officials who sold them weapons and training.
All they cared about was making gas, sarin gas. It's like, nope, we don't need anything else. We just sarin gas.
The violence started small. Members who tried to leave were murdered. A lawyer named Tsutsumi Sakamoto was investigating the cult. He planned to file lawsuits on behalf of families whose children had joined.
It's an army.
On November 4th, 1989, Asahara ordered his followers to silence him. 6 cult members broke into Sakamoto's home and murdered him, his wife Satoko, and their 14-month-old son Tatsuhiko. They buried the bodies in 3 separate locations in the mountains. Police investigated but couldn't prove cult involvement. The families simply disappeared, and Aum Shinrikyo continued growing. Asahara's paranoia intensified. He became convinced the Japanese government would destroy Aum Shinrikyo. He told followers the apocalypse was coming, that only cult members would survive, and that they needed to strike first. In 1994, they tested sarin gas.
Isn't this artwork badass? Like, dude, I found this channel and I was like, man, this channel's badass. How's it doing? And some of these videos only had like 10 views on them. I sent him a comment saying I was going to show his some of his stuff today.
In Matsumoto, targeting judges who were hearing a case against the cult. They drove a modified refrigerator truck into a residential neighborhood and released sarin vapors through the streets.
God.
8 people died. Over 200 were injured.
Police
suspected a cult connection.
The guy was a fucking villain from a movie.
But still hadn't gathered enough evidence to act. Asahara interpreted this as proof of his power and divine protection.
That's common. The more shit they get away with, that's common with serial killers also. They start to feel like they're chosen, they're divine, something's protecting them. Hitler talked about that also.
Escalated. The subway attack was
Trump feels that way. He can just start bombing countries, nobody does anything. Start putting his name on monuments and nobody does anything. Start dismantling the White House, nobody does anything. It's not gonna de-escalate, it's gonna ramp up.
Methodical. Asahara selected 5 trusted disciples: Kenichi Hirose, Toru Toyoda, Masato Yokoyama, Yasuo Hayashi, and Ikuo Hayashi. All were highly educated. Several had advanced science degrees. They prepared for weeks, conducting rehearsals, studying subway maps, timing their movements. On the morning of March 20th, 1995, each boarded trains converging on Kasumigaseki Station, where multiple government offices were located. The attack was designed to create maximum casualties among government workers. The cult expected thousands of deaths.
Oh, they were actually targeting a certain population, government workers. In morning transit, probably.
Passenger Yoshiyuki Kono was on the Hibiya line when he noticed a strange smell. The liquid on the floor was spreading, creating fumes that burned his eyes and throat.
Man.
Within seconds, people started collapsing. Kono tried to help other passengers before
once you smelled it, it was probably too late.
Or losing consciousness himself. Station attendants, Tsuneo Hishinuma and Sumio Nishimura, rushed into trains to remove the leaking packages, directly exposing themselves to concentrated sarin. Both died from their injuries.
Dude,
Hishinuma was 50 years old with 2 children. Nishimura was 51.
Did you hear that? 2 people grabbed the packages and tried to get them out. 2 heroes, and they both died.
They saved countless lives by containing the spread before understanding what was killing them. Across 5 trains, the scene repeated. People collapsed, convulsing, foaming at the mouth, unable to breathe. Emergency responders didn't initially understand they were dealing with chemical weapons. Many responders were also poisoned trying to help victims. Here's how they finally caught him. Police raided Aum Shinrikyo facilities on March 22nd, just 2 days after the attack, but Asahara had already gone into hiding. They found chemical weapons laboratories, manufacturing equipment for sarin and VX nerve agent, and evidence of other planned attacks.
Oh,
the cult had
hell
been
yeah,
preparing
they
to
probably
release
were
sarin
planning
in
other
multiple
stuff.
city centers simultaneously. The subway attack was meant to be just the beginning of a campaign to overthrow the Japanese government and install Asahara as supreme leader. Police searched for nearly 2 months before finding him on May 16, 1995, hidden in a tiny concealed space in a building at the cult's Mount Fuji compound. He was surrounded by cash, gold, and drugs. The man who claimed divine power was discovered cowering in a crawl space. The trial revealed the full horror.
I wonder what
Aum
kind of
Shinrikyo
drugs.
had committed dozens of murders. They had killed defectors, critics,
Yeah.
and investigators.
I want to know what kind of
conducted
drugs.
biological weapon experiments. They had stockpiled enough chemical weapons.
Pause that one because I think it helps when you pause them before you start a new one. I want to show a little bit of this one. This was a true crime case I followed in real time. Super interesting case. The
This is
cult.
a story about
Here we
Lori
go.
Vallow Daybell and Chad Daybell, and how religious delusion became permission to
It's
murder.
a case of the Doomsday Cult mom, they called her, Lori Daybell. She unalived her own children. It was a doomsday cult that came out of the Mormon church.
4 people died because 2 believers decided their apocalyptic fantasy was more important than human life. 2 of those victims were children, 7-year-old Joshua TeeJay Felony and 16-year-old Tylee Ryan, murdered by their own mother. Their bodies were found buried in shallow graves in Chad Daybell's Idaho backyard.
This one is interesting, this case is, because I could never figure out if it was really about the cult bullshit, because she started writing, that her kids were turning into zombies, all kinds of shit, or if she just wanted to run away with her new boyfriend. Like, I wasn't sure if it was just human nature, greed, or if she was actually crazy. And this is a case that's still going.
Hidden there for months while Lori and Chad celebrated their new marriage in Hawaii. This case exposed a twisted belief system where children were labeled zombies, spouses became obstacles, and murder was justified as spiritual warfare. Lori Noreen Cox seemed to have everything: beauty, charm, social grace. Born in California in 1973 and raised Mormon, she married multiple times before finding Charles Vallow, her 4th husband. Charles adopted his grandnephew Joshua in 2013 after the boy's biological parents struggled with addiction. JJ was born with drugs in his system and diagnosed with autism. Tylee was Lori's biological...
Oh, I didn't know JJ was adopted. Dude, I just kind of put that
daughter
together.
from a previous marriage. For years, the family appeared normal. But around 2015, Lori discovered Chad Daybell's apocalyptic novels. Chad was a self-published author who wrote end-times fiction loosely based on Mormon theology.
See, that was what drove her into the descent, allegedly, is when she found Chad Daybell's dumbass doomsday books. And he doesn't look anything like that guy. He's kind of a fatty, so I don't know why they made him look all handsome, but...
He claimed to have visions, to communicate with spirits, to predict death dates. By 2018, Lori's beliefs had radicalized far beyond mainstream religion. She attended Preparing a People conferences where survivalists and extremists gathered. In October 2018, she met Chad Daybell in person. Both were married. Both would soon be free. The relationship between Lori and Chad created something toxic. They built an intricate belief system that served one purpose: justifying whatever they wanted.
See, that's what I thought it was about. They wanted to run away together, and they didn't want all these people in the way.
Possess people, turning them into zombies whose souls were already gone. The only way to free these souls was through death. They assigned people darkness ratings and claimed to predict death percentages. They believed they were gods, central figures in the biblical end times, part of the 144,000 chosen ones. Lori claimed past lives as Cleopatra. Chad said he'd been a biblical prophet. Together, they decided anyone questioning them was possessed, and possessed people needed to die. Charles Vallow recognized the danger first. In January 2019, he went to police with chilling concerns. Body cam footage captured him saying his wife believed she was a god preparing for the apocalypse. He said Lori had
There
threatened
she is. There's a real photo of her. Yeah, Chad, the first victim that they removed out of the way. He was warning the local police over and over again, like, my wife's going crazy. I'm pretty sure she's gonna try to off me, and no one took him seriously.
kill him. He filed for divorce, writing that he feared for his life and the children's safety. But here's what nobody realized. Charles was already marked for death. On July 11, 2019, Lori's brother, Alex Cox, shot Charles Vallow at Lori's Arizona home. Cox claimed self-defense. Later that day, neighbors reported hearing a party at the house. Loud music, people swimming. Charles lay dead while they celebrated. The children became targets next. In text messages, Lori and Chad discussed death percentages for JJ and called him a zombie. They labeled
what
Tylee...
the fuck? Death percentages? Like, he's probably not gonna make it.
dark. In August 2019, Lori redirected Tylee's Social Security benefits into her own account. She was already planning for a future without her daughter. September 8, 2019. Tylee Ryan disappeared after a family trip to Yellowstone National Park. She was 16. September 23, 2019. JJ Vallow disappeared. He was 7. When grandparents Kay and Larry Woodcock called for a welfare check, Lori and Chad claimed JJ was with relatives in Arizona. It was a lie. Both children were already dead, buried in Chad's backyard.
God.
Between the disappearances came more violence. On October 2, 2019, Brandon Boudreau, ex-husband of Lori's niece who had joined the group, survived a drive-by shooting. Someone shot at him from a vehicle near his Arizona home.
They did find out all these like near misses. It was the brother. He was kind of the hitman of the group.
The bullet missed his head by inches. Police traced the Jeep to Lori. Security footage showed Lori and Chad removing the back seats, giving shooter Alex Cox a better angle. Then, Tammy Daybell
Man, they were planning.
On October 19, 2019, Chad's wife of 20...
They removed the back seat and set up a little, like, shooter's crib, kind of like the DC sniper.
29 years died suddenly in her sleep at age 49. Just weeks earlier, someone had tried shooting her, but the gun misfired. Chad refused an autopsy and buried Tammy quickly. Later, exhumation revealed she died of asphyxiation, murdered in her bed.
So they both had to eliminate their spouses. So it's both kids, JJ and Tally, and then both former spouses. So that's 4 victims now.
17 days later, on November 5th, 2019, Chad and Lori married in Hawaii. They posted beach photos celebrating while 2 children lay buried and families searched desperately. For months, Lori refused to cooperate with police. She ignored court orders to produce the children. She and Chad lived in Hawaii on life insurance money from Chad's dead wife and Social Security benefits from dead children.
The Hawaiian people eventually decided they didn't want them there. There was such a ruckus about it. I remember that.
They acted as if their paradise had arrived. In February 2020, Lori was arrested in Hawaii for desertion and non-support. She still wouldn't reveal where JJ and Tylee were. Cell phone records placed Alex Cox at Chad's Idaho property on the dates the children disappeared.
That's so sad,
Cox
man.
had died suddenly in December 2019 of what was ruled natural causes, though many believe he was eliminated as a witness. On June 9, 2020, investigators searched Chad's property. They found human remains. JJ's body was wrapped in plastic and duct tape, buried in a shallow grave. He had been asphyxiated. Plastic bag and tape over his mouth. Alex Cox's fingerprints were on the tape. Lori's hair was on the plastic. Nearby, they found Tylee's remains. Her body had been dismembered and burned. Her DNA was on a pickaxe and shovel from Chad's garage. The children had been there all along, buried while Chad and Lori lived above them. Both were charged with first-degree murder. The evidence was overwhelming. Bodies on Chad's property. Text messages about death percentages and zombies.
So what always bothered me about this case was if Lori actually believes this shit or not. or if they were just kind of spinning this web that way if they ever got caught, you know?
Financial motives.
Yeah, this case is still developing. She's in prison now, but she still maintains her innocence.
Timeline of murders matching their relationship. In May 2023, Lori was convicted of murdering JJ and Tylee and conspiring to murder Tammy. She showed no emotion as photographs of her children's remains were displayed. She received life in prison without parole.
She claims they were turning into zombies, and she says crazy shit like, that the future events will validate her. And
in May 2024, Chad was convicted of all 3 murders. On June 1st, 2024, he was sentenced to death.
Oh!
Lori was then extradited to Arizona for additional charges. In April 2025, she was convicted of conspiring to murder Charles Vallow. In June 2025, convicted of conspiring to murder Brandon Boudreaux. 2 more life sentences. Throughout trials, Lori represented herself, causing bizarre outbursts and displaying total detachment from reality.
She's
4 people are
spooky,
dead.
man. She's really spooky. If you're into true crime cases, it's an interesting
2
one.
were children who trusted their mother. JJ was a 7-year-old boy with autism who loved his family. Tylee was 16 with her whole life ahead. The case revealed catastrophic failures. Alex Cox was never charged, despite multiple suspicious deaths. Warning signs were ignored.
Dude, I didn't know her brother never got charged. And he's the one who shot the ex-husband, though she wanted gone, and claimed it was self-defense. He was the one taking all the pop shots at everybody, and he skated on all of it. And they kind of used him as the crash test dummy. That's kind of interesting.
Extremism went unchecked until it turned deadly. What does this say about the danger of unchecked delusions? About people who twist faith into justification for evil? How many others are part of fringe groups teaching similar beliefs? And how many more would have died before Lori and Chad's apocalyptic fantasy was complete? This is a story about Jim Jones.
How relevant is that? All right, let's get ready to go on the Twitter space. I just thought that would be a good intro into, because we're listening to this nutty space. And this is the Allies of Humanity is what they call themselves. They've been hosting UFO Twitter spaces recently. This person that I got this space from, that I was hanging out listening to this crap from, she's kind of new on my radar, so I'm not sure how long they've been around. But here's the account right here. alliesofhumanity.org is their website, and they're basically a doomsday cult, and they're hosting these spaces. And of course, O'Leary is right at home in this stuff. So O'Leary makes his second appearance on Nightly in this space, because he just can't have dude, basically anybody talking about the goofy Galactic Federation stuff, he comes running. And his philosophies about how, like, the aliens are coming to invade and we all need to be building weapons caches to fight them, it completely contradicted with their theories, but he still was like dominating the space. It was really wild. But all right, let's try to find
universe into,
because she
You're
rambles
used to
for a
feeling
while.
that you have the great evolutionary advantage within your own realm, but within the greater community,
suggest your intervention because it's not.
Okay, so let's see. I'll just let it play for a little bit. You got O'Leary popping up here, and I'm down in the listener, but it only shows speakers. And these are all cult members. Like, this is a cyber cult. They have a name and everything. I forgot to do, but I was gonna put some of their side-by-sides from their website up next to Heaven's Gate. And they're super similar. We're messengers from another realm. We're here to give you the truth and usher in a new age. And this just exists on UFO Twitter. And it seems like most people get it. They're like, dude, that's a cyber cult. O'Leary, it doesn't give a fuck, dude. So my question is O'Leary in a cyber cult? Like,
Not a mystery, it's a demonstration of nature. And if you look at it, that life and
so they have these like books that they claim came from a group of 20 aliens, and they read. That's what they were doing in this space, was reading it out loud, and they were just reading from the book, like their teachings. And I don't know if O'Leary didn't get that's what it was. He thought it was just like a normal UFO Twitter mishmash, mosh pit, but because he didn't help read any of it, he just kind of kept taking over the space and rambling.
What is this? Ancient
Here he is.
Mayan civilization? We'll come back in a few thousand years. Let them work it all out.
Let's let it go.
It is logical. It makes sense. And
Gabe comes in, and it gets going. Jay just comes in at one point.
Race angers me greatly. I'm not interested in digging my own grave. I'm interested in digging their graves. If I could, I would kill every single gray. I can't, as of yet.
As of
They better
yet.
hope. They better hope I never can. The odds are unlikely. I'm not even good at working a cell phone. But they gotta go. They are pestilence. They are an invasive species. And they think they can waltz in here like gods, and we're gonna bow down and serve them. Well, you know what? If we get in range of their telepathy, we will. But some people need to start working on a way to kill them. Anyway, not cheery note. But this book.
Well, thank you, Chris, for telling us about your plan. And as it says, that part of our government is very much aware of these beings, and they are working against them.
So, they're all like Michael and the host and co-host Christina. They're well-known members of this group. I'm trying to be real careful about labeling people unfairly. But to me, this is a cyber cult. They have a name for their group. They all follow the same philosophy. And one of the things I listened to their whole little philosophy is that the aliens aren't allowed to take us over with military force. It's like it's not allowed. The rest of the aliens will not let the mean aliens just come over and take over the earth. And O'Leary kept like taking the mic and just rambling about how like we were going to wipe out the Greys. And they were it didn't even jive with what their message was. Like their message is that the aliens are trying to like teach us how to like coexist. And he just kept like taking it. And then Gabe comes in. But he does this in every space, even the cult gatherings.
Counteract their influence, and they're part of the government which is working together.
I kind of
They
like
are
Christina
reunited,
Lee,
so
though.
you can imagine what kind of fight is going on within the corridors of government. And it's
To be a professional bullshit artist, I think Christina Lee's kind of good at it.
it's very sobering to think about that. But maybe Kate Renard, do you think you can take over this segment while
See,
Mike
they're
is
reading.
recycling? So
They're
we can
reading a
continue
book.
with
And
this
O'Leary
couple
just keeps
paragraphs
going on
we left
about his war with the
Yeah,
aliens.
absolutely. I just lost track of where we were at. Sorry.
Okay, so the last thing, it was going
Right
there
about
are
now,
several emerging
I was
races,
sending
such as your
DMs to
own,
like
or
my
being
buddies, being
carefully
like, "Hey,
watched
come
by
in and
others.
listen to
As we
this
have
this
said in our
space."
previous discourses, the greater
And they start coming
community,
in.
that one. Got it?
I stay off the mic on this type of stuff because I don't want to ruin the environment. Like they're in their element, they're telling their crazy stories, and I'm gonna listen to it. So I don't like jumping up in there and ruining the LARP. But some people do, and that's fine.
Crikey, is that on page 8?
Yeah, exactly, page 8.
Whereabouts? Oh, sorry, I'm just having trouble finding it.
Yeah, just go down.
They're reading from the
It's right in the middle.
website. This is all
as we have said.
chapters in
Yes,
the
that's
website.
it.
Sure. Okay. Sorry about that.
Thank you.
As we have said in our previous discourses, the greater community into which you are emerging is a competitive environment on a scale you can hardly imagine. Trade and competition for
I want to give them at least a chance to give a little bit of their message before I'm all critical. So I'm going to let this play a little bit.
resources, for alliances, and for worlds that have strategic value are.
Oh, he had tech problems. I forgot about that.
Yet the situation is complex. Then
Oh, hold on. It's again, there is something going on with the
Everything
sound.
went
Could
bad.
you repeat this last sentence, please, and thank you.
She makes him repeat it.
Yeah, sure. Trade and competition for resources, for alliances, and for worlds that have strategic value are considerable. And yet, the situation is far more complex than it might seem at first. Conquest of other lands is not tolerated in well-inhabited areas.
See?
Because of the competitive environment, there are restraints. Rules have been established over a long period of time regarding how trade will be conducted and what rules and guidelines will be followed.
He basically gives the Galactic Federation speech. That other species can't just do what O'Leary is saying they're doing. But it never seems to click.
The violation of these rules brings retribution from one's adversaries and competitors. And so there is a system of checks and balances. This system is generally obeyed, but as it is so often the case, exceptions are sought in many different ways. It is important for you to know that it is not allowed for your world to be invaded, militarily speaking. The forces that are intervening in your world are not strong military forces. They are great commercial forces. We call them collectives. And you will have an opportunity in this second set of discourses to learn more about their nature and structure.
Oh, I can't wait for the next chapter.
In order for economic powers to gain access to your world and to gain control of your world, they must use subtle means of persuasion, means of inducement. They must make it appear that you want them to be here, to welcome them, to want what they have to offer, to seek their assistance and their initial offerings. They want you to believe that you need them and that without them you cannot succeed. In this way, they satisfy the restraints that are placed upon them. In this way, they can gain control of your world.
Alright, so I'm going to fast forward to when Gabe comes in here in a second. So that's basically what it is. And what it kind of reminded me of what Cambian has been covering with Corey Good, where they write like this whole science fiction story, and then somehow they convince people that like it's based in truth. And they can kind of bounce back and forth because that's what was on the website. They said all this knowledge came from like 20 aliens from like around the universe, but there's no explanation of like, well, wait, where are these aliens? Who's communicating with them? Kind of like how Doe was the middleman for the Heaven's Gate situation. Sandia ET. All right, let me find where Gabe came in. I don't know if
Would bring here. We cannot even go and meet our neighbor. You gonna have coffee with these aliens? You think you're gonna sit down and everything is gonna be fine? And they are here to solve all of our problems? I guarantee you,
there he
anybody who
is.
comes
There's
here and
Gabe.
travel this distance to come here to
Dude, O'Leary's reaction when she gives Gabe a mic is so funny. Listen to
these
this
are the
shit.
conquerors. They are not here for our benefit. They are not here. They've been taking people against their will for a long time. Nobody wants to touch that subject because nobody cares about those people who gone off planet Earth, thousands of people every single year who
I
never
care about the
return, who are
people who
used
have
as
gone off Earth
biological
thousands of
resources.
years.
They have no voice anymore, okay? Somebody needs to speak out against this. And I am not okay with this alien presence lurking in my family's home, okay? Taking the children, paralyzing them. Fuck them, okay? I'm not okay with that. and we have to listen both sides of the argument. This can cost everything what we have, what we you'd dearly value, even your opinion.
One thing I found interesting about how poorly like Gabe was treated in this is Gabe believes he's a believer in the ET phenomenon, UAP and everything, and he even gets kind of
to be expressed. You might be able to do that, but once maybe
he
you're a
doesn't believe
speaker
like
for
they
these
do.
aliens or apologist, but in this space, we are talking about something else, and we're just gonna continue reading the allies. Maybe we get some wisdom from that. It's a pro-human group, so that's what I just wanted to say.
Yeah, and I want to clarify.
Oh, I missed
pro-human.
the
allies,
beginning of
maybe
Gabe.
we get some.
So, antimatter, the vampire is at your door.
Here it is.
Even as recently as the movie Sinners, you have to let them in.
I want to give the beginning of O'Leary's rant. It's funny.
The rules are that conquest is not allowed. You cannot just go to another race and overtake them by force.
They
and,
made Gabe
many
sit
people
on
say that,
hand for a while.
If they would be bad and if they would want it to
O'Leary
destroy
rants
us,
and then
they
Gabe
would have
gets
come
to
and
talk.
taken this word by force already. Therefore, they must be good. And here, the allies are giving a little piece of information which we would not have.
From what I
knowledge
understand, Gabe's mentality is that we need to be anyone who comes to visit us, we should be like approaching it with the mentality that just like humans, they have their own motives. To look at them like these ones are all bad, these ones are good, is kind of ridiculous.
Wise of how these rules of engagement,
Which is kind of what they said. They all do trade and commerce, so they all have their own motives.
Can be used to overtake
if
the
you
world.
believe in that
and
stuff, which
one
I
of
don't.
the,
I've seen no truth to say there's races of aliens everywhere.
If the native
I've seen no
population
proof of that,
welcomes them here, if for the outside observers, it doesn't look like we basically oppose them or resist them. So they need a compliant, welcoming human population. That's why they're collecting and selecting all of the speakers and representatives and apologists in the UFO community. And you can hear that if you're really into this subject, you go ahead and look at it. And 90% of the people are encouraging contact, talking about the graciousness of these visitors, have great expectations of the technological power they're going to provide for us, and they're going to save us, and they are enlightened beings, spiritual, almighty, and all of that stuff. And we need them because alone we cannot survive. We are so
She's interesting, dude.
And we just can't make it without this freaking alien presence here who are overtaking us without our approval in secret for over 80 years. So these are the one of the rule which is applying for how they can overtake it. And it just, I find this part is so important to see the UFO situation clearly, why we have so many people who are encouraging CE5 to go out on the field and looking for the dancing orbs, and you think that you are some kind of special because they taking you. No way. You don't want to engage.
You think you are some kind of special?
Unless if you want to be a laboratory animal for their use and their hybridization, I would not even say go ahead, because don't do it. You don't want to be mingling with these bug-minded aliens. So,
dude,
yeah, I just
she is speaking O'Leary's language now, ain't she?
point this out. I'm always so fired up when I read these things. So,
yes,
yes,
you are. You know what it reminds me of, Christina? Like in the movies when the vampire is at your door. Even as recently as the movie Sinners, you have to let them in. And that's our mistake. It's very clear that their tentacles are in a lot of minds in the UFO community. And here's the sad fact of all of it.
So they were basically saying that the people on Twitter and stuff that give them a hard time or kind of are critical or teach that the aliens might be nice, that they're being like influenced by the bad aliens.
Well, this.
Kind of like what Lori Daybell was saying her kids be turning into zombies, right? Everyone who goes against me is turning into a zombie.
Save ourselves. We don't have to build a space army. We don't have to build laser cannons or rail guns or a new virus. All we have to do to stop their takeover of the world is fucking speak out. Tell everyone you know, we need to verbally, all forms of media, graffiti, posters,
Graffiti.
signs, television programs, all of it.
So why I ask, is O'Leary in a cyber UFO cult, is because goddamn he fits in with these people.
Organizations. We have to say
they love
are
him
here to enslave us and steal our world. We will be reduced to brainless, laboring robots. And all we have to do is
that
say
different
no.
for where we're at right now?
I knew. Okay, Gabe. That's all we have to do. And we have to make it clear they must leave our world. Their help is not welcome. We want nothing from them. You know what we want from them? To get the fuck off of Earth. And if it says we have.
Why? I mean, that's the part of a natural evolution of us. If we're ever going to earn the ability to get off Earth, it's going to be through us. But, yeah, I mean, we destroyed the planet. No one else did that.
If we can't agree on that, then we're really doomed. And even here in UFOX, we are the tiny minority. If there was a vote right now, if the Greys could take over the planet, I can name 200 people, starting with Tupacabra, who would vote for it. 300.
Gabe thought that shit was funny.
So we've got a lot of minds to change. But, you have to have a mind to change it. But this is very frightening stuff. And it's just, if it's that simple to get rid of them, and we don't have to have we don't have to have our own telepathy and antimatter cannons. We just have to tell them we don't want them here and make sure the people outside in the greater community hear us. So it's not impossible, right?
It's not impossible, Chris. You're absolutely right. We have to voice our dislike.
We need to have many more and much larger UFO cyber cults, or we are fucked.
That do not take people against their will. Do not hybridize us. You are not welcome to just zip in and out of our airspace and our water and take our people and never.
Do you think O'Leary understands, does he recognize what this group is? This Allies of Disclosure group? Or does he think he's just hanging out with some regulars on UFO Twitter?
Return them, This is not okay with us.
He's kind of clueless.
I see, Gabe, you have your hands up.
Here's
I will
Gabe.
call you just 1 second. And first of all, in your heart, you have to decide.
O'Leary gives an objection to giving Gabe a mic, though. Listen, it's funny.
You pro-human? Do you love your freedom? Do you care about
He
humanity?
knows.
Do you care about your children's future?
He loves it, bro. He's thinking I could probably take this group over. That's what he's thinking right now.
Even if you don't have children, do you care about the future of humanity, or you're completely given up? You have to know that in your heart, that where you are standing, okay? Is this okay with you, that our world might be overtaken and we never gonna have a free thought in our head? Because the time is now. The window of opportunity is gonna be short, and when people are gonna be enslaved, it's gonna be too late. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go complain to your representatives, or if you even gonna have a
Doomsday
representative?
cult.
If not,
It's always based on fear, putting fear in people.
Hybrid being. So it's a very sobering
Nothing to
situation,
fear but
and I
fear
completely
itself.
understand the need and the desire and the wishes to be like hoping to have like some good forces here who are gonna be fighting for our benefit,
You
know,
got
on our
O'Leary.
side
What
and
do you
fighting
mean?
off the
You're gonna
good
be
or the
fine.
bad ones,
O'Leary's gonna raise
and
an
we
army
just
of
gonna be have to
O'Learys.
sit on the couch and cheering for them. That's not reality. I came from that kind of illusion, okay? I was one of those people until I woke up. And once you wake up and see the situation, you be like, all right, no way, Jose, you're not going to play this game. I mean, seriously, our freedom is at stake and our word is at stake. And I'm pro human. I want humanity to succeed and to become a free race in this universe. And I want that future for our children and the next generation and the following generation. So, yes, go ahead, Gabe.
Just a second. I just want just a second. How far did I get before?
Dude, then this wanker interrupts Gabe right before he starts talking and is like, was I reading earlier?
I got disconnected there?
Well, we took over the space and Kate Renard was continuing while you were recycling.
So, how far did I get?
Well,
I don't know.
You'll find out in a second when we continue. You can
She said, you'll find out in a second when we continue.
read it from there. But I want Gabe because he's got his hand up for a while, so I want.
How much did I read?
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You know, I wanted to offer a counter argument to what you guys are speaking about because I'm one of those people that have the different opinion than you guys. And my opinion.
Listen,
Oh,
Gabe is trouble.
Chris,
He's in the wrong group.
Chris,
that's okay. Let him.
He said Gabe is trouble. He's in the wrong group. Did you hear that? You're rewind. He doesn't even let him speak, dude. And Kristen stops him and says like, no, he can speak, which I liked. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no, I should have let it play. Man, give me 1 second. Where am I? 108.28. I'm gonna recycle it. Oh fuck, what did I do? Give me 1 second, guys. I messed it up. Bro. I don't have the option to like open a new Google window. There we go. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. I'm having a few technical These space froze up on me, and I was trying to recycle it and it froze. I'm getting to it. I'll have it up here in a second. Unless they pulled it. And that's one thing I was worried about is that if O'Leary saw that we were going over this space, that he might like DM her and be like, "Hey, they're doing your space." That's one thing I was kind of worried about. But I don't think that's what happened. Give me 1 second. I think it just froze up when I tried to pause it. Nope, it's still here. Alright, I'm just gonna... I got it. Bah! Alright. And we were at 108.
Tiny minority.
So Yes, go ahead, Gabe. You have to know that in your heart that where you are standing, okay? Is this
Sorry about
okay
that.
with you that our word might be overtaken and we never gonna have a free thought in our head?
I just
Because the
wanted to hear
time is now.
O'Leary
The
say
window of
he's trouble. He
opportunity
doesn't
is
belong
gonna be
here
short. And
again.
when people are gonna be enslaved, it's gonna be too late. What are you gonna do? You're gonna go complain to your representatives, or if you even gonna have a representatives, if not a hybrid being. So it's a very sobering situation, and I completely understand the need and the desire and the wishes to be like hoping to have like some good forces here who are gonna be fighting for our benefit, on our side, to fighting off the bad ones, and we just gonna be have to sit on the couch and cheering for them. That's not reality. I came from that kind of illusion, okay? I was one of those people until I woke up. And once you wake up and see the situation, you be like, all right, no way, Jose, you're not going to play this game. I mean, seriously, our freedom is at stake and our word is at stake. And I'm pro human. I want humanity to succeed and to become a free race in this universe. And I want that future for our children
Again,
and
the
the
only
next
thing holding us
generation and the
back is
following
us.
generations. So,
No one else is
yes,
holding us back.
go ahead, Gabe.
Just a second. I just want just a second. How far did I get before I got disconnected there?
I don't want to mess with
Well,
it.
we
I
took
don't want
over
it to
the space,
freeze.
and Kate Renar was continuing while you were
Gabe put his
reciting.
hand back up.
So, how far did I get?
Well, we are, you'll find
She's
out in a
annoyed,
second when we
dude.
continue. You can read it
She
from
went.
there. But I want Gabe because he's got his hand up for a while, so
Okay, listen to
I want
O'Leary.
him to
Thank
say
you.
what he
Thank you. I
say. Yes,
appreciate that.
thank you.
I wanted to offer a counter argument to what you guys are speaking about because I'm one of those people that have the different opinion than you guys. And my opinion.
Listen,
Oh,
Gabe is
Chris,
trouble.
Chris,
He's in the wrong group.
Chris, may
That's
I?
okay. Let him speak for a
Let
second.
him
The
speak.
argument.
Let him speak. Let him
Okay.
speak.
I just wanted to make the argument really quickly. My first question to everyone here would be, what exactly are we defending? Are we defending a world in which the oligarchs that currently exist, that don't care about us, don't care about how we vote, and don't care about whether we like what they do, and go to war for oil every which way without a care in the world? To sacrifice children, that you do ritual sacrifices, that
Okay, I'm gonna risk it and pause it for a second. This is the first time I've listened to it back because I kind of want to have a good reaction. Right away, when he was talking about, don't respect us, sacrifice children, the humans do this, O'Leary was laugh emoting, and keep that in mind because I didn't catch that the first time through. He was a laugh emoting what he was saying.
rape children. Is that what we're defending? Is that the earth we're thinking about defending? Because I don't think that's an earth that was worthy of defending. If we are to defend earth, it should be an earth that's
Oh,
changed
I'll come up
by
with
our
something
own
else.
ethics. Okay? And I don't
Well,
think
you
that,
don't have
and I
that
don't think,
choice.
and I don't think
This
killing the
is the
aliens.
Earth.
Panda, I might just keep the nightly UFO Twitter thing going. I want to update the format. I want to learn how to use like Streamlabs and stuff. That way I can clean up the production.
It's the only Earth.
Okay, hold on,
And
Chris.
you're
May
still
I?
wrong.
May I
Let
finish?
let
No,
him
we
let
got
let
your
him
point. You
finish,
started repeating
please.
yourself. And here's the
Please,
fact:
please.
we're talking about the
Oh
Earth
my goodness, Chris,
that is
can I
filled.
please?
Dude, she boots him at first. He disappears, and I think she removes him. But yeah,
With
You've spoken enough.
Chris, let him finish. Let him finish.
I was
this
going to say,
Michael
and I
guy.
don't believe that the
Let
Greys have
him
a
all the
childish
answers.
finish.
argument, for Christ's sakes.
You know,
That because there are bad people in the world, we should just turn ourselves over to
Chris,
become alien
can I
slaves.
please
So
make
they
the
suck
argument?
everything out of our world.
You can't keep
You
shouting
haven't
over me.
been there, Gabe.
You
You've
can't
never even
keep
seen a
shouting
fucking
over.
Grey. So
Okay, guys, I had to mute everyone for now, for a second, just for a second, because
Just a second.
I want to hear arguments and counter arguments with everyone. So please.
Which is awesome. Like that made me like Christina. Like, dude, she's saying you got to hear him out and told O'Leary to quit being a wanker. He dropped at some point, but he came back up.
Just I want
Oh,
you
they
to
got.
express your
Oh, they got a new one for Panda up. Oh shit. I figured they've been working on something, man.
yourself, and then
A ufology SWAT.
it's an important
Gotta
conversation.
watch
We each
out.
have a point, and we want to hear it, what you have to say, and yeah, please go ahead. I'm gonna unmute, and if you have anything to say, just please put your hands up, so
Allies.
if everybody's speaking at the same time, we're not gonna hear the argument and the counter argument or people expressing themselves. So we want to make it hearable. So I'm gonna unmute and
Way to go, Christina.
go ahead.
Thank you. I was just
Your cult is an open-minded cult.
saying I don't believe that the Greys are some savior of the world. I'm a little more mature than that. I see this situation paralleled across human history, since as far back as we've had, written tablets. It's the story of the Japan being occupied by the U.S. It's the story of China being occupied by Japan. It's the story of, Poland being occupied by the Germans, or the French being occupied by the Germans. It's the same story that's, ad nauseum throughout time, which is to say that the conquerors or invaders, whatever you call them, they have their own problems, okay, that they're working out in their own society, and you have to imagine they're acting in a rational way according to whatever their particular interests are. We are doing the same. There should never be a time when we think that, this can be deduced to whether aliens are good or bad. They are rational actors making rational decisions based on what's important to them, just like us. And in this current dilemma that we have, right, when we have the Romans going over and conquering the entire world, I can tell you there was just two types of nations, two types of leaders that existed. Those that made a deal and they got to keep, a certain level of autonomy and cultural, heritage. And then there were the people that decided, no, we're going to stand up and fight you to the death. And they were scattered.
I'm gonna say
Those
something
Jewish
here.
people that were scattered all over the world and lost.
So this is a matter of probably like philosophy, and everyone's gonna have a different opinion on it. But what Gabe said was that when you're facing invasion or takeover, you have people that face the music and reserve what they have and kind of like just hunker down and eke out a survival. And then you have people that are destroyed and go down fighting. I would rather go down fighting, to be honest. Like that's just me. I'm not gonna cower to, like I'm gonna go down fighting before I live as a slave or under the thumb of an oppressive regime. But I guess everyone's different on
Their
that.
land for 2,000 years, or
But that's
3,000,
not what
whatever.
I think is
So,
happening with aliens or anything.
the same question we have now. Do we want to risk it all? And by all I mean, we don't even know what we're talking about. We say all. Are we talking about our current government? Are we talking about being able to have a family, raise children, own a house, maybe go to work, do something that's fulfilling in life to you, and and then die and retire? Have a good human life. Or are we talking about, do we want you know, do we want to have a world in which, humans get to determine everything we do, even if it's a wrong decision, even if it's a suicidal decision, even if it means we blow each other up with nukes. You know, and I
Gabe,
think rational people.
Yeah, that's important. Like, I think we should have the right and ability to develop and destroy ourselves if that's what happens. If we are at the end, like, dude, I would love for an extraterrestrial race to step in and clean up the ocean or something. But I don't think they should be obligated to, and we shouldn't expect them to. But I'd be okay with it if they did. But I don't plan on that happening. It's on us to fix our
We'll
problems.
make the right choice. Thanks.
well, thank you for expressing yourself, and I just want you to think about one thing or ask this question, and you don't have
It
to
gets
answer
heated,
to
I
me.
guess.
Are you pro-human? Do you want humanity to become a free
I
race?
was going to get
I
the
Or
am
car,
pro-human.
so I missed some of
okay, wait,
this.
wait, wait, wait.
I
Just
missed a
just
lot
one
of this.
second, okay? Because you expressed yourself, so everybody has a chance. You have to really ask this question, and as I said, you don't have to answer. Just think about it. Can you imagine another alien race living here, controlling humanity? I mean, we cannot even take our own government to control us and create harsh rules against us. Have you ever thought about it? What kind of rules and alien leadership would bring here? We cannot even go and meet our neighbor. You gonna have coffee with these aliens? You think you're gonna sit down and everything is gonna be fine? And they are here to solve all of our problems? I guarantee you, anybody who comes here and travel this distance to come here to these are the conquerors. They are not here for our benefit. They are not here. They've been taking people against their will for a long time. Nobody wants to touch that subject because nobody cares about those people who gone off planet earth, thousands of people every single year who never return, who are used as biological
Thousands every year that are never returned. That seems a little high. You would think you would be hearing about that.
resources. They have no voice anymore. Okay, somebody needs to speak out against this, and I am not okay with this alien presence lurking in my family's home. Okay, taking the
Oh
children,
God, dude.
paralyzing them. Fuck them. Okay,
Spooky.
I'm not okay with that. And we have to listen both
O'Leary
side of the
mentions his
argument. This
star
is
baby in this too.
this can cost everything what we have, what we you'd dearly value, even your opinion to be expressed. You might be able to do that, but once maybe you're a speaker for these aliens or apologist, but in this
Maybe you're a speaker for these aliens or an apologist. That's kind of a way to demonize and label enemies of the cult. They're demon, dude. Even an apologist is. They even create words for it, just like Lori Daybell had zombies.
space, we are talking about something else,
I
and
think the
we're
blind
just gonna keep continue
the
reading
blind
the
guy had
allies.
words
Maybe
too.
we get some wisdom from
Yeah,
that.
he's dude. I
It's a
mentioned that
pro-human
the
group.
Gabe is totally like believer in the whole cause. So to treat him like this, it's like you have to be a tiny niche type of a ufology person to fit in here. And O'Leary, fits in like a freaking puzzle piece.
So that's what I just wanted to say.
Yeah, and I want to clarify. I am pro-human. Okay, I'm pro-human. That I just come from a background where I understand.
Really? Dude, this Allies of Humanity
What
thing's
public
interesting.
policy is and what it is not. And I'm
I
fortunate
had
enough to
never ran
understand
into.
how.
I had seen this Christina Lee girl in spaces before, but this was the first time I had seen them having like a space where they were reading from their website and stuff.
What the law really is, right? What treaties mean, what agreements are, what contracts are between, humans and perhaps even between humans and non-humans, right? So my motivation is to have a world in which we can have compromise. That, fine, We don't like the way they're doing things now when they're abducting children, they're abducting people out of their homes. I don't like that either. What it could be a potential solution? Well, there's a very easy one, and it's called informed consent. Okay? And then
You know, that is probably the better way to face it if you do believe that we're facing like lots of different species of aliens is well we need to figure out where we fit in the hierarchy and the economy and stuff. To face it like we need to wage war on anything that comes near us. Yeah, that don't seem like the best way to go about it.
this public policy idea comes from the medical field that if someone has informed consent of what they're going to be subjecting themselves to, everyone has the right to do whatever the hell they want with their own body, right?
Okay,
You can have
wait a second.
modifications, you can have sex
Oh, she's
changes,
getting
you
upset
can have
now.
augmentations, you can have
I'll
liposuction,
check it
you can
out.
have, plastic surgery,
It was strange how a lot of their teaching mimicked Heaven's Gate in their website stuff.
long as you have informed consent of what is going to happen, what the consequences are. And I believe that there are plenty of people in this world, plenty of them, that if given the opportunity to say, do you want to volunteer to be one of these people who are going to serve as biological beacons or vessels for these
Okay.
people, we're going to have a line going out the door.
That's kind of wild, dude. That's like Gabe saying that if they ask for volunteers, he's probably right. People would volunteer.
Gabe, Gabe,
solve the problem.
Gabe, I'm sorry. I appreciate your input.
It
I
depends on
really
what
want to
they're gonna
focus
do
on
to
this
you
this book which we are going through to gain some wisdom
to gain
and
some
insight into
this book we're going through to gain some wisdom.
the alien presence here. So I
O'Leary's all
appreciate
here
you
for the
expressing
wisdom, bro.
yourself, but you know, our government and other governments in the world, the leaders and stuff, this is perfectly designed by the alien intervention to influence.
I want to know who this Christina Lee is, like where she fits into the group, like what her, is she one of the voices representatives for Twitter? Let's Michael guy also. Like I'm interested in who these people are.
Influence people in position of power. We are all individuals, okay? Change starts from the individual within us. What is your intention? So policies can be changed if enough
Word
people behind
salad.
it. And consent, how do you say that people who are being taken, even if they think that they are willingly being taken, all right, their mind is overtaken. So what kind of will do you have after that when you are induced to be agreeing to something that you are being
Well,
taken?
what kind of will do you have after you're given anesthesia for surgery?
It's gonna be wonderful. So this is I don't know, I don't want to go down on that slippery slope, this consent, because the aliens just want that to give us over and to cheer them on. That's what exactly
See,
what they
that's
want.
where it bothers me when they're speaking for the aliens. The aliens want this. The aliens think this. You don't fucking know what
And I'm
the
not going
aliens
to go
want.
down on that. I resist that. I resist the alien presence who are being here, okay, uninvited, secretly functioning here, and
Well,
they are putting
we
people
did
on.
send out the Voyager probe, basically inviting anyone to come hang out. So, is it fair to call them all uninvited?
Under all kinds of physical and psychological experiments and taking samples from them and creating hybrid beings. This is just stinks to high heaven. This is not a beneficial thing for humanity, no matter how many people are falling under their mind control and they thinking that this is a good thing.
It's
This is
so
just
dangerous,
my
bro.
observation and my own life experience in the last 25 years. And
To start labeling anyone who's thinking it differently than you is under their mind control. That's some dangerous thought process.
I do have an individual who was in my life in a very high position, and I learned a lot about these things until I came to the Allies of Humanity, which changed everything. All right. So I encourage you, if you have
Till
not
I
read the
came to
Allies
the
of
Allies.
Humanity, I challenge you to sit down and read it. All right. And maybe after that we can talk about it. But for
You
now,
can't talk unless you've read it. They'll only talk to people who've read the Allies of Humanity book. They talk about where all this information comes from, and like I said, it's supposedly aliens. And I don't like. I want to know more about that. Like, who has allegedly seen these extraterrestrials? Is their name possibly Anjali?
on, we're gonna
I'm
continue
just.
with the book. And Michael, I would like you to please continue. And if anybody has anything you like to add, please put your hands up. If you want to come up as a speaker and express something, you are welcome. But
I think
let's
Jay
just
just
stay
comes
within
up too.
within this guidelines, please, and thank you.
They only want to
Okay, I
talk
just need
about the book.
to be told where I'm where we're at because I did get disconnected, so someone really didn't want to hear what I had to read.
Yes, so please
We
start
already
the
made that joke,
persuasion
Mike.
and the inducement that
Yeah,
will be placed upon your word.
got it. Okay. The persuasion and the inducement that will be placed upon your world are very powerful and very that will be placed upon with the greater community. They do not
Gabe
engage in
sits with
war.
his hand up
They
the
are
whole
not
time while
part
he
of
reads this
collectives.
segment.
Community. They would surely perish. Powers that exist in
Oh, what did he get knocked off
Kate
again?
Renard?
Yeah, thanks, Christina. No, I haven't got anything significant to add. Just I can't seem to find it, but just that how they were pointing out that this intervention is a commercial force as well. Like that, it's they're not here to enlighten.
I wasn't sure this Cade guy either. If he was a part of the group or just someone who trickled in. I've never encountered him either, but he was definitely digging what they were putting out.
Us. They're not here to do anything else but to take our resources, us being that, and using it commercially to fulfill their.
What if our resources aren't important to them? What if they have abundance of water and carbon?
Their agreements, I guess. But yeah, thanks, Christina.
Kind of like the Anglos did to the Native Americans.
Dude, that's a good point.
Like a
Yes,
lot like that.
exactly. Exactly what you
Yeah,
said,
mate,
guys.
that's right.
And so that's the thing is a
Gabe.
minority. I'm a minority, right? If I was to apply you guys' mentality, right, to Anglo people, it would be that I would have to hate you guys, that I would have to fight you to the death, and no matter who you were.
Is Donald trying to drown him out with a hot mic right now?
Because you colonized, my peoples, right? And
I think
but
he
I don't have
is.
that idea
Oh, J Just
because
is up
I
there.
think we can all coexist.
I missed
And
all this.
I think that's actually our greatest strength. Because if we're gonna be in a world, in a galactic universe with different races, that's the number one thing we're gonna have to learn to do. And if we
Somebody has
can't
a
do
hot
that,
mic.
we're
Sorry,
done.
somebody has a hot mic. It's
Yeah, it's Donald Duck.
all cracking up, so it's hard to hear anybody.
It's Uncle Donnie.
It's Donald. I think
I want to
It's Uncle Donnie over there. That's what he's known for, is hot micing.
bring up Justin. You have your hands up.
She called her
You want to come up
Justin.
and say something?
Yeah, I don't know. I have nothing like really uh like for me, I just look at it this way. Everything feeds off each other on Earth. It wouldn't surprise me if there is another species that is utilizing Earth for resources. We would do the same thing. Um, they might have even tweaked us a little or created us. I don't know. But like that's just the way that nature works. That's just the way it seems the universe works in general. Everything gets recycled, everything feeds off the other. Um,
Cycle of
so,
life.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's the reality.
Yeah, that's nature. That's nature for you. Competition for resources.
That's
Mhm.
that I agree with you. There are, other species, it's a circle of life, so we are not gonna be the
Apex
strongest.
predator, like
Exactly,
Lou said.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Like we should be trying to figure out where we fit. If you do believe it that there are species everywhere, which it's very possible, but I don't think that's the case right now. I haven't seen any proof of that.
Yes, yes, I agree with you on that, and but I would be careful of to thinking that although
Oh, Leary about
humanity
to
has
blow
been
his fucking
visited and
top.
the earth has been visited for a long time by different species,
Guy
probably
doesn't have much of a sense of humor for a comedian, does he?
perhaps not the same one who are here. Many people think, oh, they've been here for all along, but there is no evidence that these are the same
I was going to get
beings.
the
And
car during
actually,
this.
humanity is at a great turning point when we developed a world economy. We are all connected now. We build at infrastructure, communication, trade, and commerce. So we are interacting. We are coming out of our tribal isolation and becoming a world community. We cannot get away from that. And this is a point where we are not there yet completely. We are not united. Not one. We don't have one human voice, and that can go either way. We become like a world dictatorship, or we become a free race and freedom for everyone on earth. It cannot be just for one part of the
But
world.
humans also use each other. I mean,
Yeah.
look at our society. Look at our society. Like people use
That's kind of where I'm at. It's like we have so many problems on Earth right now, and they're all man-made. And I feel like focusing on anything other than that is scapegoating or just trying to distract yourself from the truth.
cheap labor. Look at Maid. Maid, they're telling people to kill themselves because they want to use their organs. They make lots of money off of organs, and they don't want someone to like weigh down the system, and basically, they don't want they want to tighten things up, and they don't want to carry people who are weaker. And I'm just saying.
The organ trade is getting out of control right now. And you wonder if they would use the alien stuff to kind of disguise that.
Like
I mean,
it's
it's a
just the
good
way of the
cover.
world. Humans are no better. We are no better. We even
Yes,
hurt our
yes.
own,
We are we,
right?
we are exactly, humanities have many faults, but in this situation, when
We're
our
worried about the
world is
aliens.
gonna be overtaken
In
by
this
these alien
situation, we're
intervention,
worried
which is
about the
happening for
aliens.
the last 80 years, we have to turn our cannons around and look at it, who we let into our world. As you would not let strangers into your home, we shouldn't let strangers into our world. My
I did.
mother
I did.
my
He just
mother
walked
have
by
been taught that,
in the
and
back.
I think there is wisdom how a mother is protecting their
Mm-hmm.
child. You want to make sure that that child is not just going blindly into the world. You want to give them wisdom, what to watch out and
Uh-huh.
what not. And of course you're going to make mistakes, but these wisdoms are timeless, and we have to apply it. And many people say that, oh, this
Dude, I got it. I just gotta admit, I kind of like Christina. I like listening to her
word, it
talk.
might not be
That's why I
for
need to stay away from
humanity.
cults.
Is it's not even our own planet. These are alien propaganda that they created us. This is not our planet. They are us from the future. They are angels or
This is
demons.
alien
But the fact that
propaganda.
we don't know
The
She said all that bullshit is alien propaganda. That they created us, that it could be us from the future, that those are all just like from the
shows
lies.
you that humans themselves are our own worst enemies
Right.
because there are
yeah,
people who know, but they
We
are
are not.
we
We
can
are
be
not.
we are
okay.
That's
because we
Let's
absurd.
withhold the truth
Dude, so this is like a good conversation going. You got like a little like cult guru in training and Jay just having a back and forth. Like, why is O'Leary so upset?
From ourselves. So
It's
we
bully
are
night. We've got two
we
bullies in
are
here.
our worst
What?
enemy. Everyone's
Are you kidding me? He called Jay just a bully? Oh my god, dude.
They
our own
interrupt.
worst enemy.
Well, Justy, let Chris speak for a second, and then
Oh my
everybody, if you wanna
goodness.
express something, please.
Dude, that was like a fascinating conversation. Why would he be so angry?
Put your hands up so we can hear everybody. It's important, and so please, Chris, go ahead.
Okay. Justy is used. Did she leave? Yes, she would rather leave than hear.
Who's the bully, bro? She didn't want to upset the space. She was just trying to have a fucking conversation. You psychopath.
What I have to say. She was
Well,
bullying me.
say it anyway. What do you have to say?
She was
Because
bullying
we are
me this
all
week
here.
in a group, ganging up on me. And what's his name? Is what's his name still here?
Justy is here, so she's.
Oh, she is. Okay.
She's here.
Well,
and
it's comically. It is comically pathetic to say at this point that we are our own worst enemy. Yeah, we've got problems. No shit. But we've also got enormous
It's completely insane to say, yeah, we're humans are our own problem.
Enormous accomplishments. And
so who is the problem then, if it ain't us?
And
is it zebras or zebras?
For you to bend over and welcome these aliens. There's so many people who hate human beings, and there's two of them in here. You can hate whoever you want, but
it's because they hate people.
I don't like it when people say we just don't know. No, Justy, you don't know. I know. I've spent 60 years dealing with these creatures face to face. I've been in the hybridization program. I just posted a chapter from my book dealing with the time I was allowed to meet my.
So I was listening to this part. I got over to my sister's place. He said that I know, and then he said, I just finished a chapter in my book. Like, that makes it a fact that you wrote it in some book. Like,
hybrid child. Granted, people like me.
Oh,
are rare.
He talked about his the star baby. He said, I met my hybrid child. If you missed it, sorry, I was running my.
I'm not
crap
unique,
shoot.
But I am very rare. And the fact that I managed to recover my memories makes me all the more rare and valuable to this discussion. You and a couple of other people.
Yeah, have a discussion like a normal person, bro. You're a comedian. Like, shouldn't you be kind of like humorous and easygoing? Like, what is going on here?
Yes. You either know or you guess. And these are not equal viewpoints. We're not our own worst enemy. We're our second worst enemy. We're really bad. But these things are worse. They are hive-minded bug monsters who will strip away you. Not your clothes, but they might do that
monsters.
Too. I mean, they do. They strip away my clothes. Everyone who gets on the table is stripped by them. But what they will really strip away is your mind. The minute they encounter you and take over your mind, they remove parts of your.
Bro, that is the question of the episode. Chris just came in and took over their little space, and he just fit in so well that he started probably to be like, dude, I could run this group if I really wanted to. And he vibing in there.
Brain and personality.
He's
As if
just
it was with a
vibing.
scalpel. They will strip away your fear.
I asked earlier if the chat thought Chris knew that they're this cult, because they were reading this material and stuff. They're kind of hitting the check marks of a cyber cult, or if he just thinks he's hanging out in a UFO Twitter space, because I'm not sure.
Your rationality.
He
your
doesn't follow
ability to
things
recognize a
closely.
threat,
All he cares about
your
is
sense
himself,
of danger, your sense of
his
self-preservation
stories.
and self-interest. They will take it all away from you. They will take away most of who you are, is what they will do.
Yeah, but their story isn't similar to, like, O'Leary seems to be like, they're coming to invade us, we need to be getting ready. And the stuff from the website says that the aliens aren't allowed to take over planets militarily. Like, so it doesn't even vibe, really.
When you're in their presence, they take away who you are because they don't like you.
Other
and
than
they
they're
don't respect
bad.
you.
They're
They
bad
don't
intention.
think we're deserving of autonomy. They don't think we have the right to say no to whatever they do to us. They will kidnap us from the time we're children. They will breed us like livestock to create our own replacements. These, you know what? Even bad people, sometimes they have good kids. And with these things in charge, there won't be any good kids. They are hijacking our evolution. They hijacked mine. And they
Okay.
will decide what kind of children.
So Gabe is laugh emoting now, and keep that in mind.
We have. And guess what? They're going to be children who are
And
aliens.
dude, I started laughing at the same time Gabe started doing the laugh emotes, and it's because you can tell that it's all stuff that's like in his book, and he's really good at like these intricate stories and
who are hybrids, who have all the powers, all the mind control powers and mental abilities to control us.
Jay Just is laughing now too, because she's
And yet they'll
laughing
have the
because Gabe's
bodies
laughing.
Let me just say, Gabe. You know, I'm sorry, but this is not laughing matter and Justy. There are people's life being destroyed, and Chris, one of them, his whole family. So please don't laugh on other people suffering. Okay, I am not allowing this in this group. Okay, you know.
That's why I pointed out earlier that when Gabe was telling his giving his thoughts, O'Leary was sitting there laughing at him, and he was talking about all the awful things humans have done to humans, and how we're our own enemy. O'Leary was sitting there blasting the laugh emote at him, but then
Not gonna be bullying people who in their whole life have been taken as
Jay
children,
just
all
don't
right?
give
They
a
had
fuck,
no voice
dude.
in the matter. So please hold back your laughing emojis and the thumbs down emojis. We are not interested in that. Or you can go and take your laughing matter somewhere else.
Gabe,
Your pro alien thing. This is not that kind of group, and you're not gonna be doing that here. So please
I would
continue, Chris.
I would kick that guy's ass if he dared pull that shit to my face. These people,
if he put a
as
thumbs down or
they are
laughed,
trolls. They're worthless. They hang out with the scum of UFO X community, and they're worthless.
Worthless.
They don't even believe that gray aliens are abducting people.
Dude, I want to rewind it so bad, but I don't want to freeze the fucking thing. What's this? Back 15 seconds?
Scum of UFO.
Yeah, hell yeah. There we go.
Community. And they're worthless. They don't even believe that gray aliens are abducting people. They are useless to our survival, unfortunately.
Useless
And
to
if the
our
Greys want to come and take
survival.
them,
Dude, useless to our survival. Think of how powerful that is. Like they that's dehumanization. That's saying that we don't need these people, and that's how you set the stage for, a fucking doomsday cult.
and do whatever. I would love to see it. I would pay good money to see either one of those two abducted. And then when they come
Oh,
back, we'll
Chris.
debrief. We'll see how they like it. I'm sorry. And if the Greys
Oh.
want to come and take them and do whatever, I would love to see it. I would pay good money to see either one of those two abducted. And then when they
Oh,
come back,
good
we'll debrief.
money?
We'll see how they like it. I'm
Not bad money? You would pay good money, dude?
sorry. And yes, I am talking about what's happened in my life. All right? And it's serious. It's very serious. I'm cool with it.
For the record, I was in this space the whole time, and Chris never called me out, which was interesting because usually he goes off on me right away. Once I pop in a space, he does the same thing he did to Gabe. He says I'm trouble. You should boot this guy. And dude, I don't even ask for a mic. Like I just listen, and I didn't emote or anything. I don't do the laughing emotes when these people are telling their abduction stories, just because I don't know, and mainly because I'm just trying to listen. And I was recording this space. Oh, another thing, I was trying to record this clips from this when O'Leary was really getting worked up, and this one had the encrypted sound in it too.
I think I'm remarkably well adjusted
Overlay.
to come through it and put my fists.
I don't know if X does that or if people are doing that like themselves, but it puts a sound overlay where when you screen grab, it won't give you a recording. There's like a overlay in the background.
Yes, I am talking about what's happened in my life. All right? And it's serious. It's very serious. I'm cool with it. I think I'm remarkably well adjusted to come.
For the record, I think O'Leary was a struggling comedian, and he started using these alien stories as his bit, and eventually that was the only part of his bit that was kind of catching, was the alien stuff. So eventually it became his entire story, and he was getting so much attention for it. At some point it probably became like real, and he pulled his brother into it to validate it because his brother was a police officer. That's my theory. I don't think this guy's ever fucking seen an alien. I think he makes it all up for attention because he obviously loves attention, and he's one of the biggest dicks I've ever encountered on UFO Twitter. But I don't laugh at him when he's telling his abduction stories, but I do make these videos, and that seems to piss him off plenty.
Through it and put my fists up to fight them. But people like that, what are they even doing in this community? They're in it for entertainment. They're in it to mock people. And this is why abductees don't come forward. Internet scum trolls like that are holding back our knowledge because people they're not going to be able to put up with it. I am different. I am strong like gold. I do not tolerate it. I don't back down from it. And I've got the facts to back me up. They're guessing. They might as well be flying a kite and daydreaming.
Gabe's had his own experiences. So there's things that he knows, allegedly just as certain as Chris. So.
There. I lived there. From 1966. And I'm not going to let these people think they can play these games. Abductees have a very hard time.
Yeah, we can work on that.
I mean, why wouldn't you? First of all, you're not
I'm
sure
just fucking
what
with
happened,
you,
but something horrible happened.
It
Sometimes
doesn't
people
always
only
have to be the
recurring
Tupa
nightmares
crew.
or glimpses of the beings that terrify them. They don't know. Because
There's a limited amount of spaces that I join, really. I mean, I'm mostly just getting shit on or attacked the minute I join any of the other ones. So, because I don't go in on anonymous like a lot of people. What happens, I joined this space and it was so interesting listening to this Christina lady that I sent DMs out to other people and like, come look at this.
these monsters have the ability to control your mind and your memories.
O'Leary was the only one in there that had an
life.
issue with me, though.
They leave you, say they abduct you once, drop you off, and leave. Those memories are gone to you for the rest of your life if they leave it that way. We got lucky. But abductees, you hear them.
He took over, dude. He took over this entire space. If you want to go back and listen to it, I skipped over the first hour. I will say though, I would love to speak with Christina. I want to know more about like who has been talking with the aliens that all this info came from.
Often reticent, you know. They're quite
Dude,
often.
he's out colding the UFO cult. Like his guard is up more than a UFO cyber cult.
Scared to share because they don't want to go through this. They just don't have the stomach for it. Nobody believes them. Somebody today said, show me proof. I wrote a chapter in my book detailing exactly what.
That's what I was referencing earlier. Show me proof. And he goes, I wrote a chapter in my book detailing what happened. That's not proof, Chris. I don't know what world you live in where writing it down in a notebook makes it proof, but
with me meeting my hybrid son, show me proof. You know what? You must have me mistaken for somebody who owes you a goddamn thing.
Well, no.
You can thank me for being one of the few people on the planet who can tell you what is going on.
Thank me for feeding me bullshit.
You can thank me profusely. But if you
profusely
bark commands like some Karen in a retail store, you're fucking mistaken. So,
Krista,
anyway, I don't want to go on too long.
No.
I'll simmer down.
I just wanted to, I just want you to know that nobody's gonna be ridiculing you for this. I'm not gonna allow that. This is very serious subject which affected your whole life and your family, and
she's recruiting him, bro.
And nobody's gonna be doing that to you. I understand that. This is I don't care when people attack me because I grew a very thick skin and I came back from the bottom. So I've been through a lot, and I know you too. So you have my support on that, and nobody's gonna be bullying you. I just wanted to go to. Yeah, go ahead.
Just to wrap it up. Well, thank you very much. I can fight my own fights, and I'm more angry that for all the other people they've managed to browbeat down. They can't shut me up. They can't stop me. I'm in command of the facts. They're nothing. But thank you, and please carry on. I'm fine.
I just wanted to have Kate Renard. You had your hands up if you wanna chime in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. This space is up over there on her account. It's right here. Look at NASI Novar Corum. I think this is kind of the end of it. But there's a little bit more. I want to get ready to wrap the stream up though. But you can go listen to the whole space for yourself. Christina or any of these dudes, anybody who sees the video back, my DMs are open. If anyone wants to, shoot a DM to me, have anything to say. We're going to close it. I always like to close it on something kind of silly. My buddy Carlos sent me this one, and we'll close it on this. It's kind of a funny little story. A lot of the washed up wrestlers, they make a living doing these cameos. And what they are is it's basically they're getting paid. People will like contact them and pay them just to be like, hey, I heard you're getting married, congratulations. And Ric Flair will be like, woo, or whatever. They'll do their punchline. A lot of the retired wrestlers make a good amount of money, their money doing this. Steve Austin, like, will give his, like, catchphrase or whatever. Like, Austin 316 says, have a happy birthday, or whatever the fuck. And Ric Flair is getting notoriously known. There was an episode on Dancing Stevie Richards' podcast about it, for just kind of being real, like, not give a fuck about. But he takes the money, and the stuff he sends people is always ridiculous. And a guy paid him to either, I think, send his friend or a buddy a message to tell him congratulations on his wedding. And look what he sent him. This is Ric Flair.
Why would you get married, motherfucker? It's the worst possible commitment you can do.
So if you look,
because
it's Cameo is the website, and that's what they all sign up through. Cameo. And Ric Flair is, and what this has happened is you never know what you're gonna get from him, so it seems to have like increased his business tenfold, because a lot of the times he's in like a dark bar all drunk, and it's just him like belligerently rambling at you. A lot of times he doesn't even say the name of the person that you're sending it to, and this is the what he did for somebody's wedding.
now he's getting married. Oh my God. Why would you get married, motherfucker? It's the worst possible commitment you can do. Because as of the day you get married, 50% of everything is hers. I don't care how beautiful she is. Stay her girlfriend. It's family, Tina.
He said stay her girlfriend.
Military boys, want to wish him the best of luck. Matt says diamonds are forever, and so is Ric Flair. And that's the God's honest truth, brother. I'm a diamond. I'm forever. I've overstayed my welcome, and my name is Ric Flair. Woo!
Alright. That is, booked now on Cameo. If anyone wants to go book their own with Ric Flair and see what you get in return. I'm not sure how much those cost. Alright, y'all, we're gonna get ready to wrap it up. This is the season finale of this project. I'll probably continue something similar, going over UFO Twitter stuff. And one of the things I'm debating on is if I should just drop the UFO and just basically cover what's trending on Twitter and social media, and kind of broaden my, take it easy, Panda, kind of broaden my reach. So that's the things I'm going to be figuring out this weekend. I'm going to update the look, but I'll be back next week live. I might do some game streaming this weekend, so be watching for that. If you haven't subscribed or liked and all that crap, please go do that. I need a couple more subscribes for 100. And if anyone supports financially, please do that. buymeacoffee.com/TeeJay Felony. You support anonymously, just leave your name blank, but you got to fill out your email address. Nobody sees that, though. And I will see you guys probably in a few days. This weekend I'll see you, though, probably game streaming, so be watching for that. Thanks, everyone who came through and hung out and supported this project, and I will see you all next time. Peace out. Be good to each other. I'll be over on X, at Felony Talk on X, if anyone wants to pop over there and hang out. Take it easy.